I mean, time has really dilated and flattened in a way that I don't think any of us have really reconciled with. You know, I feel like we're going to be making real sense out of the last 18 months for a long time to come.
Or just, I'm perfectly happy to just leave it and not try to make sense of it and not think about it and just move on.
I feel like we've hit that point though, where we're all just kind of like sick of like existing with it. Not even like talking about it as one thing or being conscious of it as one thing, but there was that moment where it was, aren't we or are we? And then it was, we're not. And now I think everybody's just sort of like sick of even talking about it.
Oh my God. I certainly am. I can hardly say the word anymore. I call it the pancake.
That's funny. I call it the pancetta.
There you go.
Looking at how a lot of artists have coped over the last 18 months, a lot of people dug in, a lot of people found the space to be creative. You guys were incredibly productive. The remixes, the Lucy's, the singles, the collabs. I mean, was this just something that you guys needed to do in order to maintain a sense of sanity?
Yeah, I guess we went into panic mode. I think we had this huge album release plan that was already all based around live music. We're going to play this venue called Red Rocks for a couple nights and have like all of our friends come and play. It's basically going to be like a festival to like launch this album. And then pandemic came, the pancake rather, and tore that plan in half. And I was just like dumbfounded. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I was like super down for like a week. And then I started to like see the light. I was like, oh wow, we can actually like do really interesting things here. No one knows what to do in this situation. There's no one in, you know, the 1912 Spanish flu pandemic left a little guidebook of how to release an album in a pandemic.
Would have been helpful though. Would have been helpful.
Would have been great. But we were just basically, the label were amazing. They were like, what do you want to do? Like, we don't know what to do. Let's do everything that you can. And so we did. And we just did everything we could over the internet.
I feel like saying yes to collaborators that you've worked with before and taking, you know, some of those tracks off of Dreamland and breathing new life into them, that had to be rewarding and it had to at least felt like time was moving forward, even if it felt like it was being static.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of amazing creative stuff has come out of this situation. Everyone's been so up for collab, just people I never thought, like sliding into the DMs, and it's been absolutely amazing. I feel like everyone just has kind of been a little bit lost, and through that has actually found quite a lot of, like, everyone's had a chance to sit down and like think for a minute. When normally we're all like, go, 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 do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And everyone's had a chance to think and like let their minds wander. And that's where good music comes from.
Look, if we're going to get you back to Red Rocks, like, we're not going to let Yanni have a slot at Red Rocks and Glass Animals not be able to say the same thing that they've played Red Rocks. I'm sorry, you just need to get that back on the calendar. No, that's all there is to it.
Oh man, I can't wait to play that. That is such an amazing venue.
My producer went and saw Bon Iver at Red Rocks, and she was just like, yeah, life-changing, like tears running down her face, like that kind of spiritual experience.
Yeah, you're cordially invited. It's stunning. It's basically a mountain where music comes out of. It's something amazing about that.
Dave, we've got this new track, I Don't Want to Talk, I Just Want to Dance. And I think this really dovetails nicely with what you were saying earlier about just being done with everything, because it really does feel like a rejection of the last 18 months. This celebration of I don't want to talk about it. I just want to be about it. I just want to get out and move my body and feel like it's some semblance of the time before. It's the very top of the All Control playlist. Talk to me about how this track came together.
It was quick. I don't know, a lot of my favorite songs that we've done have come together just like that. But I remember sitting down at one point and during the pancake and being like, I was just staying up all night, like overthinking everything and going into like weird memories and stuff and like talking to myself, basically just talking to myself and trying to talk myself out of these weird places. And basically I realized that I needed to get the freak out of my house and my mind and go do something, those things that make us human, that make us feel real. I need to see my friends. I need to go to a party. I need to go dancing, go to a club. And just those things that ground us. And that's been missing for so long. So that's exactly what this song is about. And because of that, and because I don't know, I was really in that headspace, it just happened super, super quickly. In like a day, it's just done.
That tells me that it was itching to come out. You can feel that in the track, the tempo of it. There's this cadence, there's this animating trajectory of this song that does feel like, yeah, it probably came out fully formed.
Yeah, it's a tempo we've never really used before. It's like a dance tempo. It's 130 beats per minute. It's like a house track. But I guess I like to think of it more like, because I love Motown. I love like Northern soul music. and those like retro kind of dance floor stompers. There's like a big scene in the north of England, this Northern Soul movement, and I'm obsessed with all of that. So it's got that kind of retro feeling as well.
Looking at how kind of high concept Dreamland was in 2020, and the adoption of your alter ego and coming off the trauma of everything off the back of that, and putting that all in that project. Talk to me about what's next. I mean, can we expect more of that kind of high concept, high art coming into whatever's down the line?
I think so, yes. I mean, I haven't thought that far ahead. This track just kind of happened. It was spontaneous. It had to be spontaneous. It just felt right. And I didn't want to put like too much pressure on it. So it's nice to just get this out quickly. But I think, yeah, I mean, I've got ideas. I've got ideas for another bigger project.
I'll take the knowing smirk. That's fine. I'll take the knowing smirk.
I can't say too much more. But there's a lot of amazing, like as I was saying a bit earlier, collaborative stuff throughout this lockdown has been, I feel like a lot of musicians really found themselves in a similar place where they were a bit lost. All these tours were meant to happen and then they weren't. So a lot of people were reaching out to each other. So many collaborations there.
That desire for connection, you know what I mean? And who better to connect with than a peer on a piece of music that could at least get us as close to feeling like you're in the studio together, you're collaborating, you can at least mime it as close to it.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some incredible music coming out in the next year. All of these lockdown albums. I think there'll be some amazing stuff.
I don't want to talk. I just want to dance. The very top of your All Control playlist, Glass Animals. Dave, thank you so very much for coming through. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Lovely talk.